You're listening to an archived Cabral Concept podcast. After listening to this show, check out the most up-to-date podcasts available at stephencabral.com/podcasts or search directly on iTunes. And now, welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Welcome to the Cabral Concept. I'm Stephen Cabral, and today we're going to talk about all things detoxification and why this should actually matter to you, why this should be important to you. Because in my opinion, it doesn't get the credit. This topic doesn't get the credit that it deserves. And I believe the reason that it doesn't get the credit it deserves is because it's a little complicated and it's just not simple and straightforward. However, there are methods for you that make it super simple, very straightforward, and the results can surpass anything else you are possibly doing for wellness, weight loss, and anti-aging. Without proper detoxification, none of that other stuff matters. It really doesn't. Because improper detoxification throws off hormones, throws off digestion, throws off how clear your skin's going to be, how clear your mind and your thinking will be. All of these things matter. Now, what is detoxification? Well, detoxification, for the principles that we're talking about, is how your blood gets filtered through your liver approximately every 3 minutes. All of that's getting cycled through your liver. Now, the big takeaway is this. I equate your liver to almost like the filter in your car. You're driving down the highway, all this stuff in the environment is coming through that filter. Now the filter is grabbing it so that it doesn't come into your car and you don't breathe in those toxins. But that filter does need to be changed every once in a while. It does need to be fixed. Now the nice thing about our bodies is that our liver is regenerating, that it's strong, that it can open up and do all these different things that we need it to do to constantly be cleansing itself. However, it does get overwhelmed. It does need help. There are thousands of different ducts in there and they do get congested. We know this. We can see thickened bile sludge, all these specific things. But the other thing is, people are simply missing the phase 1 and phase 2 nutrients that help with proper detoxification, which allows for breakdowns along the way that then leads to all of these specific types of diseases and hormone imbalances and weight gain. So let's talk about that. Very simple, very straightforward. Your liver has two separate processes for detoxification. One, it has a fat-based metabolism part, and what we're using for phase 1 is this. We're using, for the most part, just vitamins. We're using things like vitamin C, vitamin E. We're using other cofactors that help as well. Things like milk thistle. Now, maybe you're not getting milk thistle on a daily basis, but you might be getting your own natural production of glutathione and items like that. So all of those things, your B vitamins, all of those help take these fat-soluble toxins, essentially floating around in your blood. And even when you oxidize fat, keep this in mind. If you're breaking down body fat, you better hope your detox system is working well, because you're releasing all of these stored toxins from your body fat. That's a topic for another day. But your body fat is 300 times, up to 300 times more toxic than your blood. And of course it is, because your blood will store toxins in your body fat to get it out of that bloodstream. So what I'm saying to you is that you need to make sure that you have the proper B vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E, all of these specific things to make sure that you're getting the most out of changing those fat-soluble toxins, which are toxic, into an intermediary metabolite, which then becomes a harmless, water-soluble toxin that your body can then eliminate through a bowel movement, through urine, or potentially even through sweat. So how does it move then into that second process? We know B vitamins, vitamin E, vitamin C, glutathione, all those very critical for phase 1. And then how do you change this harmful substance to a non-harmful substance that your body can eliminate? Well, you do it with mainly sulfur-based amino acids like taurine, cysteine, glutamine, all of those ones that you can find in great things like bone broth and proteins and egg yolks and all of those specific things. But at the same time, you need to be able to break them down well, and if your digestion has to be well enough to break those down, and sometimes our bodies aren't doing that great of a job. You can also find them in sulfurous-based cruciferous vegetables as well, so don't think that they're only necessarily from animal-based products. So when you have the phase 1 vitamin-based and phase 2 amino acid-based cofactors, you can then simply eliminate these things without you ever thinking about it right from your body. What does it do? Well, it decreases bloating, it helps you with more energy, it helps you overcome these types of diseases that we're talking about that are symptoms of deeper things like improper detoxification. And if you have an issue like skin rash, acne, eczema, psoriasis, all of these specific things, you need to look towards detoxification. It is not talked about enough. It's a topic that I'm super passionate about, and the reason is this. I only started using it in my practice in a specific manner, besides good nutrition, of course, but in a specific manner about 3.5, 4 years ago. When I added in, I saw a marked improvement and a faster improvement with a lot of the people that I care for in my practice. Once I saw that, I looked deeper into it. I went to more functional medicine-based seminars in this topic. I read as many books as I can on the topic. And what I found is this. It is the cornerstone. Your liver basically is the cornerstone of how healthy you're going to be. It's one of those starting points because without a healthy liver, forget about it. Your blood is basically swimming in toxins, and you can't have that because your blood is what feeds your tissues. It's what feeds your cells and even your brain. So it is the logical point to start. Of course, digestive system, liver, they're both linked together. They're both vitally important to start with. So we started using a detox-based system. We've improved upon it. Ours is the drcabraldetox.com. It works phenomenally well. It's the only one that I know of that's personally guaranteed to work. Personally guaranteed. But having said that, I don't want you to ever feel like you need to use a product that I recommend or that I use in my own practice. You could be seeing a naturopathic doctor yourself. You could be seeing a functional medicine practitioner, a health practitioner in general that knows a lot about detoxification, or you might find a product that works for you. What I want you to know is this. Just make sure it contains not just the phase 1 cofactors like it sometimes does, because here's why. If you load up on your B vitamins, you load up on your vitamin C, you load up on your vitamin E and even glutathione, well, what could happen is this, or milk thistle, is that you're creating or causing more fat-soluble toxins to be mobilized to the liver, but the problem is you might not have those water-soluble bases, those sulfur-based amino acids, to then properly remove them from your body. So I think that's really important to have both. So you need the garlic, the bone broths, basically it comes down to taurine, cysteine, or N-acetylcysteine, glutathione again, glutamine, that can help move those right out of the body. When you have both sides of the equation, you don't have to figure it out for yourself. That's why I'm saying it can be simple. Your body does it for you. And what I'd say is if you've ever hit a plateau, that's the time to do this. I don't necessarily recommend it except for like a jump start or hitting the reset button. It works. A detox works phenomenally well for this. Now a juice cleanse, that's not a detox. Never confuse the two. I'm going to be talking about the differences in the future, but a juice cleanse is not a true detox. It does not support the liver necessarily in the way that we're looking for. And I do believe in the toxic environment that we live in that you do need the support when you are doing a fast or shake fast or any of those specific things. So look into it for yourself. That's always where I recommend. If you'd like to look at what we do specifically, again, you can just see how we do the whole process. Just go to drcabraldetox.com. You'll find all those details. You'll also find, it's completely free, the nutrition plan that we use to take people through that detox. And you can just see if it makes sense for you, if it matches up with what you're looking to do as well. Hopefully that makes sense. I'd love to answer more of your questions on this, and if you'd like me to go more in depth on this, I can absolutely and certainly would love to do that for you. Thank you again for turning into the Cabral concept. I'm going to be back real soon with more episodes dedicated to you on your Total Wellness Tuesdays.
Before you go, I wanted to share a personal story with you. The real reason I began to get well finally is because I figured out what was wrong with me. And that might seem pretty obvious, but I went from doctor to doctor for over 2 years before discovering at-home functional medicine lab testing. These are the labs that enabled me to finally figure out what was wrong with my hormones, blood sugar, electrolytes, and gut health. And once I knew what was wrong, I could then follow a proven plan in order to rebalance my body from the inside out. This is why I believe so strongly in functional medicine lab testing and why I've made it my mission to share these labs with the world. Now at equa.life, you can order an at-home lab test or lab bundle for you and your family and be able to complete it within the week. Plus, the EquaLife difference is that you're not left to try to read and figure out these labs on your own. We explain what your lab numbers mean, what they mean in the much bigger picture, and then how to go about rebalancing your body in order to heal. To see our full selection of lab tests, or to set up a free lab selection call to find out what labs may be best for you, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. And do remember, we ship these all over the world. To find out more and to set up your free lab selection call, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. That's EQUI.LIFE/labs.